As I speak to you tonight, thousands remain silent. I am determined to use my position as a voice for the 1 in 3 women who are victims of abuse in Alabama. Tonight marks the beginning of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We are here to recognize what Alabama is doing on the forefront of this cause, to give victims the hope they need to face tomorrow, and to honor those who have lost their lives. Among us are shelter directors, advocates, community leaders, and even survivors. Today, we can raise awareness and give victims the hope they need to escape. If tonight's efforts save one life, it is worth it. Since I selected this as my platform, I have had the opportunity to work with the Alabama Coalition Against Domestic Violence and have been able to tour every shelter. ACADV provides emergency shelter, crisis counseling, clothes, food, court assistance, job training, and a host of other critical services for victims and their children. Simply by dialing 1-800-650-6522, you are immediately routed to the shelter closest to you in our state. Whether you need to speak with a counselor or escape from a crisis situation, there is help available 24 hours a day, thanks to the staff. The work these staff members do for victims is invaluable to me because they are on the front lines of this cause. To properly thank them for the work they do and to proclaim October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month, I welcome my husband and our governor to present a proclamation.
Well, good evening.
Good evening.
And I am honored to be here to bring awareness to a cause that is very special to Dianne and to me. Not only is it important for me to support my wife, but I know it means a lot to her for members of my cabinet who are here behind me tonight and elected officials who are here tonight in supporting this cause. I see many of you are here, and I want to thank you for attending tonight's vigil. I have signed a proclamation declaring October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and I would like to present this at this time to Susan Shipment, President of the Alabama Coalition Against Domestic Violence. And Susan, by accepting this, you will be accepting this on behalf of all of Alabama's shelters. Where is Susan? Here is Susan right here. Here you go, Susan. And Susan, this is the only proclamation I have ever signed that is purple.
Thank you very much,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Bentley. On behalf of Verizon, it's truly an honor to be here this evening and to join the Governor and the First Lady to launch Domestic Violence Awareness Month here in Alabama. Verizon's been committed to the prevention of domestic violence since the company was founded in 2000. And in fact, even our legacy companies were doing work in this space prior to that. We will soon top $100 million in the prevention of domestic violence that we're investing in the United States. In just the last 2 years, Verizon has invested roughly $200,000 right here in Alabama. Many of the organizations we support are represented here tonight. And I want to thank you for all you're doing to serve the victims and survivors here in Alabama. Thank you for all you're doing to prevent the violence before it ever even starts. Yet there's more work to do, and Verizon remains as committed as ever to bringing this issue out from the veils of secrecy and the shadows to encourage the conversation and help lead the conversations and not allow anyone to deny the pervasiveness of the problem in our society. I've been with Verizon for 7 years and have had the opportunity to travel across the South and get to know many of the advocates and those working in this space. I'm amazed by their passion and their commitment. And these amazing people have helped educate me and stir a personal passion for this cause. And I'm proud to work for a company so committed. But here I have to say what continues to inspire me and amaze me is the commitment of Alabama's First Lady. She is unmatched amongst other First Ladies for her work and advocacy and the voice she's giving to survivors of domestic violence. And this is not new. She's been doing this for a number of years. We are so grateful to be able to partner with Mrs. Bentley on our Hope Line program. And for those who aren't familiar, like Mrs. Bentley said, Verizon Hopeline collects old cell phones, chargers, and other accessories and recycles them, with all of the proceeds going to help the DV community. We also distribute refurbished phones to victims who might need a safe way to communicate. Mrs. Bentley, through her work with the Department of Corrections, as she mentioned, they have collected over 12,000 phones, and those resources go right back into the state of Alabama to help those who need it most, and we thank you so much for that, Mrs. Bentley. This month, we're also working together on a number of other initiatives, including a luncheon on October 9th to benefit the Alabama Coalition Against Domestic Violence, and we're proud to partner with the First Lady to raise support and strengthen the state coalition. Governor, I know you know and agree that Alabama is so blessed to have Mrs. Bentley as the First Lady, and I can't even say how much it means to have her commitment to stop this epidemic that plagues us. Mrs. Bentley, your legacy will remain long after your days as First Lady are over 4 years from now, and we are committed to helping build a very lasting legacy here in Alabama. So to honor Mrs. Bentley's work and to help continue to build this legacy for Alabama, we are proud for the second year in a row to present a Hopeline donation tonight. There's an organization here who's doing tireless work, and they've even served as pivotal advocates to help serve in the Alabama, to change the Alabama law to increase penalties for convicted abusers. So I would like to announce that the First Lady, Dianne Bentley, Champion for the Cause Award is going to Kelly's Rainbow. And we'd like to present them tonight with a $5,000 Hopeline grant. And I know Yanni Beam is here. So on behalf of Verizon, Yanni, and to Kelly's Rainbow, congratulations. We're honored to support your work.
While visiting shelters, I've listened to stories of survivors, and I've been inspired by their bravery. They are the best advocates for domestic violence prevention because they are living proof that lives can be saved and changed for the better in Alabama. I'm proud now to introduce to you a veteran, a motivational speaker, business owner, and a survivor, Lunetta Banks.
Thank you, Governor and Mrs. Bentley, and to my community for really showing your support. I stand here honored to stand in the place as a proud survivor. Many cannot stand here, and I'm standing here for them today. I am a lot of things. I am a motivational speaker and a business owner, but my greatest asset and tool that I carry with me in my toolbox is that I am a survivor. Some would be ashamed, but I've learned to make it my cause to help others survive and thrive. I'm originally from Rochester, New York, and I was brought here by the United States Air Force as a captain here at Maxwell Air Force Base, teaching leadership and training to Air University. And it was there that I realized, although I came from a great family and I had a great upbringing, I was a graduate from the United States Air Force Academy, and yet even I, was affected by domestic violence. I was shocked to realize how many people were. I felt so alone as a survivor, as a victim. I didn't know that other people dealt with it. And now that I know that 1 out of 3 women are affected by domestic violence. So chances are you or someone you know is also affected by domestic violence. Oftentimes people ask, well, why don't they just leave? Why is it affecting so many people? They must be weak. They must be weak-minded. What's the problem? Well, it's difficult. I'm highly skilled. I'm a war fighter. I'm a warrior. And yet it's difficult for me to leave. But thank goodness and thank God for the Family Sunshine Center, the connection that the military had with this community to send me to such resources. They gave me hope. They empowered me. They wrapped around me with their resources, not just a shelter, but much more than that. They offered support, legal support. They answered my health questions, and they were there. It was there that I became empowered. It's there that I moved on. And now I can stand today, not as a victim, but as a survivor. And I've learned to thrive. I went on to finish school. I'm finishing my PhD in human services, and I'm studying domestic violence. I'm doing that because there's still a lot of information that people don't know. Every time something pops up in the news, we get the same questions. And it's upsetting to me because there's so much work to be done. And so I challenge you today, while we're here to honor those who have fallen. And I'm here standing for my friend Anita Washington. And I realize that violence begets violence and that we have to do more. You've now been made aware. It's Domestic Violence Awareness Month, but I want you to be moved to action. The Family Sunshine Center and other shelters are there because they have volunteers. We need your time, your talents, and your treasures. If the shelter didn't have childcare for me when I would go for my classes, I probably wouldn't have gone. Everyone has a place there. Everyone has a place in the community, and it is your business. Stand up in your neighborhoods against domestic violence. Know what the signs are. If your organization, your place of employment does not have a violence prevention program, contact us. I'd love to help you because they're putting you at risk. Domestic violence affects us all, and there's all something that we can do. You've been made aware. Now please, please, please be moved to act on behalf of all the survivors, those that are with us and those that are not. Thank you.
Thank you, Lunetta. I hope this evening has inspired you to lend a helping hand or to reach out for help if you need it yourself. Each of you were given a candle when you arrived because the Lord says light will always pierce the darkness. Together, we can be a light of hope for Alabama. And I want to thank each of you for being there and for supporting us in this endeavor.